Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My friends, my viewers, my commenters, my subscribers, most importantly, family. Actually, most importantly, friends and family. Thank you for tuning back and watching me try different areas of topics with minimal education but my own experiences in the topic. That's the amateur series. And today we're going to get into something that's been really affecting a lot of people, and that's definitely what happened in Wisconsin. Okay. Now, I have talked to my friend who I respect and his opinion, um, where he would say, it's a long process, people gotta understand this. And I had the counterpoint of not everyone's trying to hear that right now, you know. Not everybody's reasonable. Not everybody's trying to get what's going on. They're just about that action. And then when something bad happens, it shouldn't be a surprise. Now, I'm not going to get into the actual news of it. I'm going to leave the link in the description because, uh, it's all over. The most credible news site I can find, I'll leave a link to that. And, I just don't understand the thought process in the moment of someone walking to their car and being gunned down, That maybe this is for the old my way of thinking, but people are people, man. They're not numbers. They're not I know we ask for their license and registration, when you're a cop, but they're not these are real people who get affected real bad. And I know a lot of people try to do the flip. Oh, if you care about numbers, you're Republican. If you care about a personal story, you're Democrat. Me, I f- I feel like most people are just moderate, and then you lean one way to another with each issue. Like if you have a little bit more money, you're probably gonna go with the economics of someone who has a little bit more money. And if you have a little less money, you're probably gonna go with those economics and social programs, right? So I think everybody starts in the middle, and then over time they go either one way or the other, and that's why you see a lot of people like vote one way one election, vote this way another election. They flip flop a lot, and I wouldn't even call it flip flopping. It's just understanding as you grow older what's important to you, right? Like maybe early on, back when I was 18 in high school or something, having the first black president was a big deal, you know. So a lot of people in my age group, I think I couldn't vote in that election, but a lot of people in my age group would have just voted Barack Obama just because, the black thing. I know not the most popular thing to say, but that was the vibe, you know. We just wanted to see it happen. Um, that's and that was back when I really put a lot. I think I never put a lot into like the cut word black, but I did understand the significance of people having someone who looks like them to represent them. Just like in any situation when you put a lot of different races in a space. Like you remember your school lunch tables. Like it's sometimes most of the time, it's segregated off naturally. Sometimes you have the mixed table, whatever. Like. But most of the time, it's people who have things in common with each other. You know, they usually segregate it off, and then people who just want to eat, they'll go eat. You know. Yeah, I try to put a little humor into this, but it's it's not really something too funny. I think this is goes to the main topic of today's video, which is what will it take? Is it time? Is it more drastic actions? I mean, I just saw I'm a basketball fan. I just saw Fred VanVleet saying like they- maybe they should probably take some more drastic action. Is it boycotting a game? I'm like, dude, like what's a boycott in a game gonna do for anything? You know? Seriously. If not pasting. The most the NBA could have done was copy paste Black Lives Matters on the court. That's the extent of what a basketball player can do in that bubble. Is play with that. Because 4 years ago that wasn't even a thing, bro. You know? So that's the best they can do. Um, especially you thinking of a league that, just what year, maybe not even a year ago, they were getting into some problems with China and stuff. Like, you know, Maury says some true stuff, and then he's in trouble because basketball is a business, and just is what it is at that point. You know, even to the point where LeBron, who is usually the most calculated speaker you would hear, really looked like he was out of his depth talking on that issue. You know, one of the few times. I don't know. A lot of people want to say, yeah, yeah, it's like that all the time. No, one of the few times, without trying to look into second level, that people are being trained to look second level into things. Um, nah, LeBron's one of the best speakers in the NBA. So it it's hard to put into words how disappointed I am, but I do understand the optics of it. Um, there's a lot of people in the league and in the country who are just sick and tired of this. It's I did hear someone say it's exhausting at this point. It is. I think a lot of people just want to live their lives and not have to worry about getting into some nonsense. But, unfortunately, that's just not the times we live in. You know, how much does a protest matter? I would like to ask. How much do protesting really matters? Because at this point, there's got to be a consensus. They're going around doing consensuses right now. There's got to be a consensus amongst Americans at some point where the cops in a lot of places treat African Americans, scratch that, Americans, terribly, terribly. I heard a bunch of stories. I've heard some of the most outrageous stuff, and a lot of people who put a comedic spin on it. Um, you don't really see the outrageousness in their stories when they be like, "Oh yeah, how you did to make it so funny?" I just told the truth, bro. I just said what happened, and people laughed. I think that's where it's going. So watch your spirit, man. You know, find your higher power. If you don't want that, please believe in humanity. You need to believe in something, is what I'm saying, and especially in 2020, the way it's going. Um, I would like to say I think it's actually helped immensely for all this stuff to come to the forefront like this. And I think it would have happened if you couldn't identify people easily who don't really care. Now you don't have to waste your time on those people. You can move on and try to get to people who really care about the situation, you know. But yeah, that's kind of like my take on things. Not really a like, comment, and subscribe video, is it? It's more like a, uh, man, I just want to get my thoughts out there, you know. We do this every day, but I usually want to keep it in a less direct approach than this. But nah, this needed to be indirectly talked about. Once again, the links in the description if you want to read about it more, if you haven't. And yeah, keep it trucking, guys. Keep it trucking. This is Gabe signing off.